What's going on, guys? It's Pete with the Hook Set, and if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button down below because I release videos every single Friday and you won't want to miss out. Okay, now today's video we're going to be keeping it indoors and we're talking about finesse fishing, right? Specifically the Ned Rig. Okay, if you guys haven't seen my past video, I make my own Ned rigs and I'll leave a link to that down in the description below. I make my own colors, put whatever glitter I want into it, and I throw this thing a whole lot, right? I have all kinds of confidence in it. When I'm looking for that extra bite or two, this is what I turn to, okay? So today we're gonna talk about the equipment that I use, as well as the locations that I've been successful in catching them, as well as the retrieve that I use that's been the most consistent for me at least, right? So let's get right into it, okay? Let's talk about the equipment. This is gonna be a finesse technique. The best way to fish finesse techniques are gonna be with a spinning rod. So break out the spinning gear, and for fishing the Ned Rig, I personally like to fish with a 7-foot long, medium fast action rod, right? This is a Shimano Crucial is what I use. 7-foot medium fast action rod. And I have this paired up with a 2500 series Shimano CI4, right? I have this laced up with 8-pound test Lines XXX super co-polymer fishing line. Okay, now if I could only use one jig head, it's gonna have to be a 3/16 ounce mushroom style jig head is my preferred choice. I have fished this in at least 30 feet of water with like a 5-mile-per-hour wind, and it fishes just fine, right? You can still feel the bottom with this 3/16 ounce jig head in 30 feet of water. Now, how do you rig this thing up? You just take your Ned Rig here and your jig head and you just thread it through, right? You thread it to where it pops out, straighten it up, and you're good to go, man. So now that you have your equipment together, where do you throw this thing in order to actually get bit? Now, where I've been most successful fishing this Ned Rig is gonna be in rock piles, right? So I fished anywhere between 10 feet all the way down to 60 feet of water for spotted bass, and I've caught fish in the rock piles, right? So what you want to do with this thing is, once you locate your rock piles, you want to bomb it out there, okay? Let it fall on an open bail, right? So that way it falls straight down from where it lands on the water. Once it lands on the water, or once it lands on the bottom, close the bail up, roll up the slack, and then you start your retrieve. So the retrieve, I like to call it a sweeping drag, right? So your rod tip is pointed at the lure that's in the water, that's on the bottom, and what you want to do is you just want to sweep the rod tip back towards you, and you want to reel back towards until the point to where the tip of the rod points at the lure again, okay? The biggest mistake that you could do with this retrieve is to point your rod tip back at your lure, and then there's a whole bunch of slack between the rod tip and the lure, right? You do not want that. You want to make sure you maintain contact throughout the entire retrieve back. So you throw it out, it hits the bottom, you sweep it, you're feeling all the rocks, and then when you reel your line back, you're still maintaining contact with the lure until your rod tip is pointing at the lure again. At that point, you just repeat the process over and over until you get bit, okay? Now, when you get bit on this thing, remember that it is an exposed hook and there's a light wire, okay? The light wire will penetrate with really no effort at all, okay? When the fish picks this thing up, it's either gonna get skin hooked or you're just gonna hook it on the top of their mouth, right? There's not very much effort you need to put into this. So don't do a traditional snapping hook set, all right? What you wanna do is you wanna do a reel set or a sweeping set, right? You just wanna either sweep it back towards you when your rod starts to load up, and you just keep reeling, right? Just maintain pressure and keep that rod loaded up. Like I mentioned earlier, sometimes you skin hook these guys, and when you skin hook them, if you do a traditional snapping hook set, you might just rip the hook right off their mouth. So don't do that. It's gonna be very, very tempting, and it's gonna be difficult to make that transition. But don't do a traditional snapping hook set. You either gotta just, when you feel that fish on the end of your rod, either just do a reel set by reeling it in really fast, or do a sweeping set and then continue to reel and keep your rod loaded. And that's gonna be the most successful way for you to actually land the fish. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it. Okay, we talked about the equipment, location, and lure retrieving, as well as hook sets, all right, with this Ned Rig, all right? if you have never fished a Ned Rig before, give it a shot. I know that this thing right here looks absolutely ridiculous. It is a very, very silly looking lure, but trust me, it is responsible for catching a lot of fish, especially the ones where you're just trying to grind out to catch one fish. Give it a shot, okay? And if you have experience fishing it and it's completely different from what I'm talking about, leave a comment down below, okay? That way we can all benefit from how we could use this lure here and become better fishermen. All right, so that's gonna do it for me, guys. If you guys liked the video, if you learned something, leave a comment down below, hit that like button, and please do not forget to subscribe. Until next time, we'll see you on the water.